Welcome back once again, journalists. Today we're talking about persuasion, which I think is maybe the hardest part of pi. Um, I'm going to take you through some of the steps today so that you can kind of see what you need to do in order to persuade. Again, when we talk about persuasion, what we're trying to do is we're convincing someone to think differently about something after hearing your point of view. So you want them to think differently. What do you need to do for that? You need to create some emotion. You need to give great reasons. You need to support those reasons with details. And you need to repeat your position at the end of how you feel. You want them to change their thinking. So I'm going to give you an example here. And it's not a very popular one. And I've used this with my class several times. In third grade and below, obviously we have recess. However, I can play devil's advocate and make the case to not have recess anymore. So my persuasion example is no recess for elementary school. So when I'm taking a stand, I'm stating my case. I'm giving you my position on this. So here's my position. Recess should be banished from elementary schools because it cuts into academic times, makes kids become sweaty, and tire students out. So, right then and there, I not only give you a listing sentence, but I also state my opinion right off in the beginning. I want the reader to know exactly how I feel because I know my audience is going to be someone who may be questioning whether it should be there or should not be there. And I want to convince them on this topic that recess is bad, that we need more academic time to learn new things. And that's not going to be a very popular one. So I need a lot of reasons and I need a lot of details in mind in order to persuade someone or convince them to join the dark side. So here are my reasons. Reason number 1, recess cuts into academic learning time. Reason number 2, recess makes kids sweaty. And reason number 3, recess tires students out. If you look at my listing sentence up above here, you're going to see that I just plop these reasons right down into reason 1, 2, and 3. If you create a listing sentence in yours with your position, you should be able to guide the rest of your work. You may be even able to be creating a more than 3 paragraphs, I want to say. This is very easy to do because you basically bring yourself open to those 3 reasons being 3 paragraphs in the middle, being the detail paragraphs. You have enough to write about reason 1 just in a paragraph alone, reason 2 in a paragraph alone, reason 3 in a paragraph alone. And that means your opening and closing would be a paragraph as well. You can do it that way. However, the minimum is still 3. But if you should decide to push yourself, that is the route you would take. So I'm going to give you my example with just reason number 1. Recess cuts into academic time. For every reason, you should have at least 3 supporting details that back that reason up. So you want to describe why that reason is so bad or so important, or why the reader should even entertain that reason. It's almost saying like the question, why should you have a cookie from the cookie jar? It's because I already ate my dinner, things like that. However, this one, recess cuts into academic learning time. 30 minutes of learning time lost to recess is one of my reasons, or my details. So you have a half hour outside at recess, that time's lost. That's the case I'm trying to make, that they could spend 30 minutes in the classroom instead. Students could learn science or social studies at that time. So instead of being outside and playing, they could be learning something new. Students do not learn anything from being outside playing. So I'm making the case that the only way that they're going to learn something new is in the classroom, which may or may not be true, but I'm making the case and trying to persuade someone about it. It's not a very popular opinion. However, it's an opinion that I'm stating and I'm giving some reasons and details to back up my answer. If you don't do that successfully, like I've just laid out here, you're going to have a hard time coming up with your paragraphs. These are real easy ways to make sentences up, really. If this is a whole paragraph, reason one, then these could possibly be at least 3 sentences already. It's very simple to do. There is a format to do it. Now, keep in mind that your purpose is to persuade, and it could be, think about your audience. Who are you trying to persuade with your writing? Are you trying to persuade someone to like your favorite sports team? Are you trying to persuade your principal that fidget spinners and fidget cubes are really great and students need them? Are you fighting for more recess time, like I was against? Are you saying that an Xbox 360 is better than PS4 as far as game systems? Are you telling me that one sport is superior to another and giving reasons? Like football is way better than baseball, or vice versa. Baseball is way better than football. Are you saying that a holiday is better than another? Games, certain games you play, TV shows, movies. It could be anything. You're trying to persuade someone to think like you think. It's very hard to do, but you have reasons why you think the way you do, right? You have reasons why you like certain things, but you have to put them into writing. What is so great about these things that you want them to know, or what is so important that you want that person to know in order to join your side? So you're, again, as always, the 3 paragraphs is what we're shooting for. Especially when you think by the end of 3rd grade, 3rd graders are writing 3 paragraphs. Anyone above that maybe wants to shoot for more than 3. However, 3 is always my minimum because it has a nice flow. Opening, details, closing. You must use the writer tools from the toolbox from week 1. If you forget, please go back to that video from week 1 and take a look at it again. And as always, please don't share with me. My drive, it will get cluttered. I will lose it. Please open it up on Google Classroom when it is becoming available, and please push that blue turn in button where it shows you over here, because I just want to see it in one location. It gets to be overwhelming when it comes in, when I have other documents coming in as well. So I'm really looking forward to your work this week. If you have any questions, please feel free to write in the comment section. I would be more than happy to answer your questions or help you out. I'm looking forward to reading these. Best of luck with your writing this week. And keep in mind that the next week we are going to be recording one of our writing pieces that we've written, and we're going to be reading it aloud. I'm going to show you how to do that. So be on the lookout after you turn in this assignment, and we will go over everything you need to know about that.